From the beginning of civilization, agriculture has played an instrumental role in our lives, whether it's backyard gardening, selling fruits in the market, or working in agro-processing. To safeguard our industry, programs are being implemented to ensure that our young people continue to be actively involved in the sector. In this episode of Agrobeat, we'll take a look at the Youth Farm program. Now in its second year, the Youth Farm program is an initiative introduced by the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation and Agriculture, ICA, the Technical and Vocational Education and Training, TVET Council, and the Ministry of Education, Science, Technology and Innovation. The program was implemented to show Barbadian students that agriculture was indeed a viable career option. The intensive training program is geared towards 4th and 5th form students or young people who want to pursue a career in agriculture.
We do work closely with the Ministry of Agriculture, and our programs are guided by their directives or their priorities. And we found that in all areas, agribusiness and commercialization, climate change and agriculture, all the things we work with the Ministry of Agriculture, there was no youth component or direct youth element to the program. So we felt that we had an opportunity to inject youth into what was already in place for our technical cooperation program to make sure that we get that element of sustainability. It's an 8-week program, and yes, there are several components. The first part is the technical element, of course, where we put them in the classroom and we sort of reinforce what it is they were learning in their agri-science curriculum at school. So we have the technical experts from the field, from the Ministry of Agriculture, from ICA officers, come in and build on what they've already learned in the classroom. That's one component. The second element, of course, is the practical. You could see them right here, right now, working in the field, where they come and apply what they've learned in the classroom in the field, so they get to see the science in action. The third element or third component is a work attachment, where they go to different employers or employer agencies related to their field of work.
When the program was conceptualized, ICA did not believe that they should focus on people who were already in the business.
When you look at the Youth Farm program and the concept behind Youth Farm, what you're trying to address is outages in the system. When you have, you look at the Caribbean in general and Barbados in particular, you have a very much an aging population, and therefore you're looking 10, 15 years down the line and saying, oops, what is it that we're doing? What's going to happen? Who is going to be the farmers of 20 years from now? And more to the point as well as who are going to be the leaders of the public opinion 15 to 20 years from the line. So you take a look at these young kids behind us, and what you're seeing is not just the future farmers of Barbados, but you're looking at the opinion leaders, those who are going to be helping to set policy, those who are going to be leading the charge and being champions for agriculture in the country. And I think that's the other need that we're really trying to strive for, which is to get young people interested in the boring old agriculture theme, which is not a really exciting, or not perceived as an exciting career move. It's not perceived as a lucrative venture for entrepreneurs. And that attitude really needs to shift, because it is a really positive and potentially lucrative career opportunity. And so we are trying to build leadership amongst these young people in amongst their own peer groups.
When ICA approached the TVET Council to be a part of the program, they readily accepted. After they have successfully completed the program, the students who participated in classroom, internship, and on-the-job training receive certification.
NVQs, that is National Vocational Qualifications, as well as CVQs, which are Caribbean Vocational Qualifications, are work-based qualifications. Now, the ICA program is ensuring that all, in partnership with the TVET Council, is ensuring that all of its candidates are actually assessed and certified. So work-based training is where the TVET Council's expertise actually lies. And so that's how we are contributing to this endeavor. As technical officer, with responsibility for this particular project, I am responsible for ensuring that training and assessment and the subsequent certification that happens for this particular NCVQ follows the required quality assurance processes and procedures. We are also contributing through funding through what we call the ETF fund, which is the Employment Training Fund.
Since its inception, the Youth Farm program has made a few changes.
We do have a large enrollment, and this would have required greater sponsorship. It was, of course, the Ministry of Education that had first indicated that we should involve more schools and so on. The TVET Council has graciously consented to increase the level of sponsorship. So we have expanded the budget and the intake of students. We have also, well, this year we have included the tuition of the Samuel Jackman Prescott Polytechnic. They, through Miss Clark, has been responsible for the hands-on and the technical or I should say, the classroom sessions. She was both responsible for the classroom and the practical sessions over the first 2 weeks, preparing the students for the NVQ qualification and for the time for them to meet with the assessors to make sure that they know exactly how to do what they need to do in agriculture. So we have expanded the partnership. We have included more students. We have changed the program. Like, for example, the shade house that you see to my left is a new concept. We had done a different design last year, so we're trying to do things differently, you know, try always to re-engage the interest of the youth in whatever novel is happening at the time. And we thought we're in a time now where we're thinking that the cost of protected agriculture systems is a burden to people adopting that technology, so we decided to have the students design a very low-cost structure this year. So the focus this year with respect to the protected agriculture has been in looking to reduce the cost.
ICA sees the development of agriculture as extremely essential to our country and by extension, the world.
In whatever country you're looking at, agriculture is the backbone. It's the most fundamental requirement of a country in order to be able to feed its own people. So in a recession, it's particularly important and critical that a country is growing enough. You can't be buying, as we do in Barbados, massive amounts of products from outside and then still be able to address the issues that are creating the recession. So agriculture is critical to moving forward out of recession, to ensuring that the country and the people in the country are able to put their energies into other things that will actually help the country grow even further. But without the agriculture, without the production, it's going to be tough.
Some people believe that there's a negative stigma attached to the agriculture sector.
I think we have a very negative mindset when it comes to agriculture production in particular. We recognize that it is hard work. It is not as hard as it is made out to be, and the media would make us believe it is. However, it does involve some effort, like every other endeavor. We have been arguing that because of the diverse nature, that perhaps we should diversify the labor involved. So let people that are specialists in growing focus on that. Let people that are specialists in marketing produce and so on deal with that aspect of it. Let people that are experts in post-harvesting or adding value to commodities, like in making jams and jellies and dried fruit, which is obviously something that could impact us tremendously here in Barbados for the nutritional content and so on. So there are different ways in which we we see agriculture perhaps I think too narrowly, and perhaps that is what is, when people look onto the sector, they're seeing these crises because they're seeing it as all-encompassing. They have to plan, they have to farm, they have to deal with irrigation, they have to market. If they don't have market, they have to find somebody that can take it on. If they don't have to find somebody, they have to then take it on and find how they're gonna. So it becomes a little bit complex when you think about doing everything on your own, but fortunately that does not have to be the case.
Student of the Princess Margaret Secondary School, 18-year-old Romario Graves has had a love for livestock rearing since he was an infant.
I first heard about the program when I was at school from my agriculture teacher. And why I was interested in the program is because I also keep my stocks. I'm an entrepreneur, so I want to further my studies in agriculture. For the country to come back from where it is right now, I believe it is agriculture is going to bring back the country from where it is now in these times. So that way I feel agriculture is important. I don't believe agriculture is just for men. I believe once you love agriculture and you can manage agriculture, it's for anyone to do agriculture. Women, men, even children. Right now I raise chickens and pigs. We're doing agribusiness, so that will also show us how to manage your money. I wouldn't say it's as what I expected, because really and truly it's more than what I expected right now at this stage. I thought we was only going to come here and do livestock. We also do plants. We went on job attachment. More than I expected. The funnest part of the program was interacting with the rest. All of us are from different schools, and they get to meet new people. The job attachment down at Greenlands, because they start down at Greenlands, get to work in the working environment and that kind of stuff. I plan to go to the Polytechnic and do the diploma in agriculture, so I could further my studies. And so when I'm up and running, I run in a fully functioning business. My family is really proud of me because no one in my neighborhood, my age, has been as successful as me at this moment right now. So my family is really proud, my friends too, because and then they come across, give me a hand. So yeah, I would say everybody fairly happy.
15-year-old student of the Allen School, Rashan Howell, has always had a love for agriculture. He decided to be a part of the youth farm program after being encouraged by his teacher.
I keep some animals at home. Sometimes they will sell and sometimes they will use them as family usage. I got involved with livestock farming because my father keep animals, so I started to keep some of my own. It has met my expectations a lot because I got to go to real livestock and I learned a lot more about animals that I already know. It has widened my knowledge about farming, so I can see I have a lot more jobs in farming that I actually know about. Some of the fun parts of the programs, then we got to plant the okras and things like that, and then when they make no green, then we got to deal with the sheep and goats and stuff.
One of the few females in the program, Carlina McKenzie of the Seventh-day Adventist School, wants to pursue studies in agronomy.
I always liked planting and looking after animals. And my real motivation towards it was really my grandmother. She really liked agriculture and she had vast land, so that was really my motivation. The fun parts of the program was actually building this mini greenhouse. It was a struggle bringing it from the top to the bottom, having it broke up into pieces and had to rebuild it again. But it was fun, especially drilling the nails into the holes. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Carlina believes that agriculture is essential to any country.
It feeds the nation, it gives money, and you still start your own business. Mostly people think, or they feed the young people mind that it's a slavery work, put a slavery mentality into their minds, but it's not that. It's more mainly of getting your own food. If you get your own food, you have no need to go on the market and buy anything. And you'll be more organic. Fertilizer is really destroying our bodies these days. You hear more about cancer. It wasn't cancer in the ancient days and all that. Now you're hearing it more. There wasn't a lot of fertilizer in those times and pesticide. There was organic stuff. So it's more about going back then and you have more healthy individuals.
Many people believe that there is a need for more women in the agriculture sector, and there is a need to find creative ways to get them involved. However, with the growing number of young people showing an interest in projects like the Youth Farm program, it seems like the future of agriculture is in good hands.